Okay. See if you know anything on this next one.
Okay.
This is a good one.
This is
Two good names. Defending national champion Georgia
this is the game.
gets gets Oregon in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Line sitting 17, total 52, 52 and a half.
Does it feel high first impression when you say 17?
Yes.
It's
Yes.
Oregon. Why is
Yes.
it so high? Tell me why.
New head coach at Oregon.
Uh-huh.
New quarterback at Oregon. Again, one of those guys you've seen a lot. You know the name. Bo Nix comes in from Auburn.
Yeah.
So he's certainly familiar with Georgia. Georgia lost a ton to the pros, but it's Georgia. So theoretically, they just reload. Playing in Atlanta. Now, Oregon, new head coach, and not only a new head coach, a first time head coach. Interestingly, Georgia's former defensive coordinator, taking his team across country with a new quarterback.
How hard is that? You've been
That's
there.
hard.
You've had
That's
the
hard.
first year head coach. Is it as
First year head,
is
yeah.
it as shambles as it looks from the
Well, it's
outside?
I mean, listen, it's still about talent and players, and we'll get into that here in just a second in this game. But there's an organizational aspect and a benefit to knowing how to travel, where to travel, what to do. It for being a first-time head coach is difficult. You're not just worrying about your unit, you've got all of those decisions you've had to make leading into it. So this whole new staff trying to take your team across country, that's not easy. That's not
It's
easy.
hard. It's hard first time anything. I mean, you got to find out where to go to lunch. You got to find out where to take the dry cleaning. You got to, in addition to everything else going on and off the field in the building. I mean, this feels like a setup. This feels like somebody's, I mean, Oregon going in 17. This Georgia is a factory. They just churn out NFL players. They just win football games. And, they won the national championship like 17. Should be 20, shouldn't it?
I don't know. Oregon, or what Oregon has, they're good on both lines. And their defense, if that back end comes through, their defense could be a top 10 defense.
So
And they have
Oregon, okay. So
and they
Oregon
have a
can
defensive head
compete
coach.
defensively against Georgia, in your opinion.
Can or can't? What'd you just
Can,
say?
no, can. I'm
Yeah,
asking you.
I think they've got a really good defense. Yes.
Is
And
Georgia's
Georgia,
defense coming? I mean, they lost a lot of guys, but are they coming with the same heat that they brought last year defensively?
they can't be the same, right? It's got to take them time to get going.
I would
They were
think so.
generational last year. They
Oh,
were generational. They've lost a lot. Again, you're right. They're a factory. They're going to reload. They're going to be outstanding defensively. And they've handled Bo Nix in the past. Granted, he was with Auburn. So, I mean, Georgia's clearly this side. Here's my thing on this. It feels like you should take the 17 and make Georgia show you not only that they
oh,
are where they were, or here's the other thing. Kirby Smart grew up in the Nick Saban system. Oftentimes, what have we seen from Saban when he's a large favorite early in the season? Get the win, then run the ball in the second half. I'm not showing you anything. I'm going to just close this thing out. So you've got that, number one. Number two, I don't hate the underplay. What do we just say about the
well,
defenses?
that's
I don't hate the under. I probably would go under it before I do anything in this game.
right. I was thinking something, and it came in my head. Um, Newbie, do you have
Show me what you got. There.
just like a voice from above? We get a drop, a first show me game. This is a show me game. B How does this to me all the time. We've had it, Newbie put it in a board because I think you're right. I think you got to show me the total and the side don't mix. This is one of those ones where it's like, I think if you like the dog, you're probably liking the under. If you like the favorite, you're probably liking the over, but it could fall in the middle. I'm thinking, I'm thinking blowout. I need to know how many points Oregon's going to score. If you can give me Oregon's score, you can tell me whether I'm going to be laying or taking. And I don't know how many points Oregon's going to score. I can take a quick look at the team total and find it while you want.
Is
Or
it 14 or under?
let's see.
Oregon team totals under 14.
It's funny
I have
because
not looked yet.
this is my first I'm looking at baseball lines every day and all this stuff. There's 14, 15, or 16 games in baseball every day, right? If for now there's what 30 something games on Saturday. Ain't nobody using game numbers on any of these other apps. In Vegas, they use game numbers. And you try to scroll and find the thing. Everybody started this thing. It should be in time order. Nothing's in any order. All right, I just found it. Of course, there's no team total. All right, so 53 is a total. We'll pretend like we're in a risk room right now. 53 is a total. It's 34-17 or 34-20. All right. I mean, 34-17 is 17. That's the theoretical. That's how you came up with the spread in total. 17. You bet an over or under for Oregon.
Well, when you asked me the number, I said 14.
Well,
So
that's what I mean. You're making
38,
numbers
38,
now too. All this
38,
this is
14 wouldn't shock me.
the 8 in the Box podcast is brought to you by Cash Considerations. It's brought us together as friends, and it continues to build our relationship. I'm drawing from your strength of looking at these trends and all this other stuff that you like to get deep in the weeds with. I'm listening to you on the show. I'm not actually using a lot of it to think about numbers, but you're making numbers. That was a good number. 14. Over 14 for Oregon. Yes or no?
God dang. That's hard to
It's
say
just a
yes.
show.
It's hard to say yes.
Right?
Yeah, it's hard to say yes. But again, until you see that Georgia's defense is taking a step back.
Makes me nervous. My first thought is that Georgia's going to win and cover. And the spread is 17. I don't think Oregon gets 17 points.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, click on another video right here on the screen. And if you really liked it, consider subscribing below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.